This is such a silly book. It makes me laugh so much. It's called Mrs. McNosh and the Great Big Squash. Those words rhyme. McNosh and squash. I love rhyming. Let's see if we can find other rhymes. The first day of spring, Mrs. Nellie McNosh went out to her garden and planted a squash. She pushed the seed in with the tip of her toe, and the minute she did it, it started to grow. At first, it was round and as big as a head. In fact, it looked just like the paper boy Fred. How silly. Then it turned yellow and bumpy and fat. It rolled from the garden and flattened the cat. It knocked over trash cans and ran over toes. It twisted the sprinkler and plugged up the hose. It crashed through the clothesline and smashed through the fence, scaring the pants off two elderly gents. Poor Nellie was worried. She said, "Oh my gosh, there's got to be some way to slow down this squash." She slapped it and scolded it, pinched it and kicked it. And then she took hold of its stem and she picked it. "Now what did I do?" wondered Mrs. McNosh. "I've got to find something to do with this squash. There isn't a place in the world it will fit. It's as big as a house." "Wait," said Nellie. "That's it." And so, by the light of a big yellow moon, she scooped and she scraped with a long-handled spoon. And when the sun rose, where was Mrs. McNosh? Curled up, sound asleep, in her big yellow squash. Oh my goodness, she turned the squash into a house. How silly. Have you ever made something out of something else? Have you ever taken boxes from all your Amazon deliveries and built a fort out of it or a house? Why don't you try it? Why don't you find some things in your house that your mom or dad are going to throw away anyway and make something really cool out of it, like a house or a car or something else? I would love to see what you can make out of stuff that you're going to throw away anyway. If you could find a really big box, you can make a really big house and turn it into a playhouse and maybe even decorate the walls on the inside with your artwork. How cool is that? I would love to see what you do. Bye, everybody.